They hit almost $6,000.
That's what I woke up to Friday morning.
$5,950
creator fund. This is how much money that I made from it in one day.
79. Day number 2, September 11th.
$1,776.
$3,769.
Within a month, 14,000.
Last November, $4,235.15.
Is the program worth it? My answer is yes.
Pretty good, huh?
I've been in it for 20 days and I've already made
$2,500.
This is how much I've made.
This is the 0 to 10k per month with the TikTok Creator Rewards program for beginners. It is also meant for if you have already started in the program, maybe you feel a bit stuck, you're not sure how to move ahead, or you're not finding any traction. So both for beginners and somewhat intermediate users. So we're going to run through 3 different modules in this course. An introductory module where we're going to walk you through what exactly the Creator Rewards program is and what you can expect to come out of it. And then we're going to run through a module 2. It's going to be research. How do you research to establish what you're going to be doing with this program exactly and get it to work for you? And then we're going to go into module 3, which are case studies, where we'll be looking at people and accounts that are already within the Creator Rewards program, how to tell if they are in the Creator Rewards program, and just run through a high-level breakdown. It is an introductory beginner course, so I'm not going to go into too much depth on each particular topic. Just a quick reminder that my YouTube channel is pretty much all about TikTok creators, so a lot of the content that I'm going to be covering here is covered in more depth in videos that are on my profile as well. I do have to mention as well, this is not sponsored by TikTok. This is purely just based on my knowledge and my experience as a content creator, from one content creator to another. I do, however, have to mention that I am launching a new newsletter called Creator Bug Buzz, where I will essentially be keeping a close inner circle of people up to date on the latest tools, tips, free resources, including resources like this course that I'm mentioning here today, and then other exciting stuff, as well as the latest AI. I will link it in the description. It's completely free to join. You will have access to a ton more stuff that nobody else has got access to. A lot of the resources that I'm going to be talking about in this video will be tied into that newsletter in terms of availability, so strongly suggest you check that out. Now, in terms of module 1, so we're going to be talking about what TikTok's aims are with the TikTok Creator Rewards program. I'm just going to quickly run through this with you and kind of let you know what my interpretation of it is. They're excited to share that the creativity program is out of beta and it's now called the Creator Rewards program. If you're someone that has been on TikTok for a little while and you were there when they were transitioning from the creator fund to the creator program, you'll have an idea of the background of all of this and have greater context as to what's happening right now and where it all comes from. They're introducing the Creator Rewards program, and TikTok says they look forward to continuing to partner with creators and helping them realize their full potential. And so we've got the optimized rewards formula. So what TikTok are saying is the creativity program beta, it was a test phase where they were trying to find and see what works both for creators. This is what they've come out with on the other end. So the creator program will continue to reward high quality original content that is over a minute long using an optimized rewards formula focused on 4 core metrics: originality, play duration, search value, and audience engagement. So this is where TikTok is going to focus on with the Creator Rewards program, whereas before with the beta, with the Creator Fund, they weren't really upfront and open about that. They are saying now that we've done the test with the Creativity Program beta, the content that we're interested in rewarding is content that has high level of originality, play duration, search value, and audience engagement. So when it comes to originality, this refers to quality content unique to the creator, showcasing their point of view or creative thought process in a way that resonates with their community. Now, what I always like to say, as someone that's been on TikTok for quite a while, when you say originality, it's very loosely said. However, you have to always keep in mind in cases where you are using content that you don't have a license, there's always a risk that there might be issues that come up in future. But if it's content that you've created yourself, using your camera, your phone, your microphone, then that completely decreases chances of that happening. This is obviously your original content. So that is originality. There's a lot of content creators, not just on TikTok, but on other platforms as well, that really oblige to this originality, but still get a ton of money from these programs as long as they meet fair use and stuff like that. But ultimately, they're saying originality. This is what it looks like. Play duration accounts for both watch time and finish rate. The new formula rewards accounts with content that is clear, engaging rather than favoring accounts with an excessive amount of videos. So they're saying basically, they're not looking for people that are going to spam them. They want videos that are original, a certain level of quality, and they want people to watch your videos for a certain amount of time. They want watch time, and watch time only means one thing. The longer people watch your video, then the more ads TikTok can serve to those people, and the more TikTok will understand what their interests are. So play duration is going to play a key role into how much you get paid. And then there's audience engagement, which includes likes, comments, and shares, all contributing to increasing creators' content value within the program as well. Again, you're not getting your content out to bots. They want your content to encourage, obviously, engagement from people liking, commenting, following, sharing, because that again shows that your videos are being served to actual live people rather than nobody, and that people are actually interested enough to take action on your videos. And there's also search value. So this is a metric assigned to content based on popular search terms. Content that aligns with an in-demand search topics increases its value for searchers. To find inspiration for content that resonates with audiences on TikTok, creators can use the recently announced Creator Search Insights tool to better understand what topics are popular in search. We're going to circle back to the Creator Search Insights tool just a little bit later on. In TikTok is saying there that they want us to focus on content that is searchable, because again, the better TikTok understands what people are searching for, then the better they can not only serve the right content to the right people, but the better they can promote that content to their advertisers as well. Because remember, ultimately, the goal with all of this is not only for you to make revenue, but for TikTok to make revenue from their advertisers as well. They also go on to say the new formula will also automatically reward creators for their accounts add value determined by their community ad watch time. Now, in terms of what the program actually is, it's a rewards program designed to help creators foster their creativity and generate higher revenue potential by posting high quality original content. Not too different from the creativity program beta, if I'm being honest. And essentially, again, you have to understand this is kind of the evolution, or the creativity program beta having evolved from being in the beta, from being in a testing phase to now being in its complete form, if you will. So that definition is pretty much the same as what it's always been. And in terms of the minimum requirements that TikTok is asking for, if you are interested in joining the Creator Rewards program, creators must meet the following criteria. You must be based in one of the countries which the Creator Rewards program is available. We're going to circle back to that in just a little bit. You must have a TikTok account in good standing, including no history of repeatedly or irresponsibly violating TikTok's community guidelines in terms of service policies and engaging in malicious or fraudulent activities. That goes without saying. Your account must be in good standing. I will caveat this by saying TikTok has got a very eager monitoring system. Their AI can often pick up false violations where it thinks you've done something you shouldn't have. There is the sort of the downside to that, but as creators we have to understand from TikTok's perspective, it has a very high volume of users and thus a very high volume of video content that needs to be monitored. Not all of that can be monitored by an actual living, breathing human being, which is why they have employed a lot of artificial intelligence, which again, unfortunately, means there will be a lot of errors. I like to look at things always from, both perspective. As much as people like to bash and call TikTok out for a lot of stuff, I do also like to look at it from what's TikTok's perspective on this. What challenges are they facing and what challenges are they trying to overcome? Because at the end of the day, you have to remember that, they are providing this platform completely free of charge. You're not paying a subscription to them. They are hosting your videos on there and allowing you to essentially express your creativity as a content creator at no cost. Yes, they do make money from the videos through ads and whatnot, but they do not charge you directly for that before you've even uploaded any sort of video. You must have a personal account. Business accounts and accounts belonging to political or government organizations are not eligible. You must be 18 years of age or older. In South Korea, you must be 19. You must have at least 10,000 followers. Everywhere else, again, in South Korea, you must have at least 50,000 followers. You must have at least 10,000 video views in the last 30 days. Post original content that's eligible for rewards. You must post videos that are at least 1 minute long. A lot of this is very similar to what it was with the creativity program beta. A new one for me is that South Korea, 19, you must be at least 19 and have 50,000 followers. I'm not sure if how long that's been there for, but if it has been, I've not really paid attention to it, I don't think, but this is the first time that I've actually seen that, which is yeah, pretty interesting. In terms of video requirements, so what are the video requirements that TikTok is asking for specifically for videos to qualify to be rewarded? So to collect rewards under the Creator Rewards program, your videos must meet the following requirements. So they must be original and high quality content that is filmed, designed and produced entirely by yourself. I will caveat that by saying not every video will be filmed, designed and produced entirely by the creators that are on TikTok. Easily half, if not more, of people that are doing on TikTok and actually doing very, very well are using clips, they're using fair use content, they're using AI. But I guess as kind of a North Star, as what TikTok sees as the ideal world, they want original high quality content. Essentially, that's the type of creator they see as their avatar in terms of being on the Creator Rewards program. Ultimately, that's what they're asking for. The video must be uploaded after joining the Creator Rewards program. Now, it's going to be interesting here if they mean the Creator Rewards program or the Creativity program beta. If you were getting paid on the Creativity program beta on this video, does that mean it also automatically qualifies for the Creator Rewards program if it was uploaded before the Creator Rewards program was launched? I would assume yes, but they could also be saying any videos that you've got under the Creativity program beta don't count in the Creator Rewards program. I'm not entirely sure there. That wouldn't make sense though, because it's essentially the same thing. For me, what would make sense is if this applies to new people that are just newly joining the Creator Rewards program, then that would make sense. But I digress. You must have at least 1,000 qualified for you feed views. We will circle back to this in just a little bit as well in more detail in terms of what qualified for you feed views are. Your video views from the same account will be calculated only once for one video. So what this means is if you get your Facebook group to go and watch your video over and over again so they can run it up to 1,000 views, it's not going to work because one IP or one account will only be classed as one view. Even if they watch your video over and over again 10,000 times, it's still going to be one view. Video views must be longer than 5 seconds, and views on videos that are reported by others as not interested aren't counted. So not interested is when they swipe away from your video pretty much straight away and move on to like another video. If someone doesn't watch your video for longer than 5 seconds, it's not going to be counted as a qualifying view. So it doesn't include advertisements, disinformation or misleading information, paid promotion, sponsored content or videos like a series. So that is an interesting one because I have seen videos of creators that are on TikTok Shop where they have created an unboxing video talking about a program and the video ends up being more than a minute long, and those same creators got paid not just on TikTok Shop but on the TikTok Creativity program beta as well. So whether they mean that's changed, I'm not entirely sure, but ultimately this is what they're saying. It must not be a paid promotion, sponsored content or videos linked to a series. It must also adhere to TikTok's community guidelines, terms of service and their copyright policy. As circling back to the qualified views conversation that we were just talking about here, qualified views are unique video views from the For You feed. They exclude views with fraud, paid views, disliked views, views with less than 5 seconds watched, promoted views, artificial views. Videos must reach 1,000 For You feed views to start generating earnings. So the easiest way to look at it, it just must be 1,000 organic views that do not come from ads, that do not come from, fraud like bots watching your videos, no artificial fake views. And again, they must be from, each view is essentially from a single unique IP. So you cannot get your family members or your friends to watch your videos over and over and over and over and over again in order to run it up to 1,000 views or more. Each single IP will be classed as each single view, even if they watch your video over and over again, which sucks a little bit. You can imagine from their perspective, they're trying to stop and push back a lot of these fraudulent and artificial views. So hence why there's such a lot of regulation around this. I have done a deep dive into what TikTok qualified views are in this video that you can see here on the screen. So I would urge you to go and check that out. By the way, I will make this presentation available to people that are signed up to my Creator Buzz newsletter. So all of these slides I'm going through here are going to be available for you, obviously, as well as this video course as well. All of these little resources that I'm going to include as part of the course that are in the slides, you'll be able to access those within the actual slides themselves. In terms of what's classed as original content, which is one of the age-old questions, not just on TikTok, but on YouTube and many other video-based platforms as well. Original content under the Creator Rewards program is quality content that's designed, filmed, and produced by you that showcases your expertise, talent, or creativity. It also follows our terms of service and community guidelines, which again goes without saying in terms of making sure you don't break the terms of service and community guidelines. Content not considered original under the program includes, but is not limited to, doing a duet or stitch video. It doesn't qualify for the program. It's not original enough. If your content is copied completely from others and with others' watermarks, not sure why you would do that, but again, that's not classed as original. Content that is reproduced from others with only slight modifications, including videos that are sped up or contain filters, fixed text, stickers, that will not qualify. So essentially, stay away from taking other people's content and re-uploading it on TikTok. Content that contains different videos or pictures originating from other people, creators, or sources without new and personal ideas. So if you are taking someone else's video, or if you are reacting or commenting on someone else's video, you need to include new and personal ideas. So essentially, try and put your own unique spin to it, enough of it to the extent that you're able to claim that you've transformed the video enough for it to classify as your own. Easier said than done. Fair use is an age-old conversation as far as video content creation is concerned, but as a starting point, this is what TikTok is saying. Content that contains looping videos, single or multiple photos, or only text overlays. Content that contains lip syncs or copyrighted music that plays over 1 minute long. Videos under the program that contain copyrighted music for over 1 minute are at risk of being muted as well. So this is what is considered as not being original under the program. Now, in terms of how rewards are calculated, eligible videos start to collect rewards as soon as they reach 1,000 qualified for you feed views, as we mentioned a little bit earlier on. Remember all those different criteria that we covered. That means your views are not qualified, if your video has not been watched for longer than 5 seconds, if your views are artificial, if your views are from ads, if your views are from the same people watching your video over and over again. If none of that has taken place and you're just getting 1,000 organic views each from different people, and they've been watched and your video has been watched for more than 5 seconds on each, then that's how you will start getting your rewards. So essentially, make sure you're getting qualified views. So there's a link here that explains this in more depth. Another really popular question is eligible countries. Unfortunately, it's not available on every single country out there, as much as the Creativity Program Beta and the Creator Fund weren't available in every single country as well. The Creator Rewards Program is currently available in the United States, Brazil, France, Germany, Japan, South Korea, and the United Kingdom at the time of this video. It may be that more countries get added as time goes on, but these are the only ones that we are aware of currently. Now, there are some workarounds where countries that are outside the USA can purchase USA-based TikTok accounts, but I would always, with things like this, do your own research, make sure you know what you're getting into. I will link a link here for a service that offers to allow you to do that, but you're always taking a risk with this type of thing. I would urge you to do your own research and make sure that you are agreeing to what you get into. So there's no point buying an account, but when it gets to verifying your details and actually getting paid, not being able to get the money out, because there are different checkpoints at which TikTok will check to make sure that you are someone from that eligible countries. Some of these websites claim to be able to overcome those. I'm not entirely sure, but I've left a link in there just so you can explore that option yourself as well. In terms of how creators make money from the Creator Rewards program, it's quite simple. Again, you get paid for every 1,000 qualified views. You get assigned an RPM, just like on YouTube, and this varies based on niche, advertising rates. So in terms of the RPM, so that's revenue per miller, and it's essentially how much you get paid for every 1,000 views that you get. And that is directly tied into how much TikTok gets paid per 1,000 views as well. TikTok have not been really clear on the front in terms of what the split is. And what I mean by that is, if, for example, TikTok gets paid by Apple $100 per 1,000 views or to advertise on certain videos, how much do they pay the creator? What is the split? Do they give the creator 50% of that? Do they give the creator 25% of that? Do they give the creator 75%? They've not really been upfront about that. YouTube have. We know that on YouTube, I think it's a 55% split, where YouTube will take 45% of what they get and the creator will get the other 55%. It may be the other way around, I'm not entirely sure. But that's essentially where that revenue supposedly comes from that you get paid. Now, I've given an example here as well, just tying back to what I've mentioned by saying this varies based on niche, advertising rates, etc. If we look at this example here, for a higher RPM, and this is a very sort of basic example, it goes into a lot more in depth than that. You be looking to get an RPM basically if you have a specific age group that you're focusing on with your content. Like in this example, I've put 24 to 45 age range. If your content tends to focus on people that are working full-time, and people that use TikTok. Essentially, the way you look at it, if your content is focused on a specific niche, specific group of people, and people that have the disposable money to spend on what you're talking about, people that are going to take action and spend money based on what you're talking about, that's likely to have a higher RPM. Like, for example, if you look at YouTube accounts like Graham Stefan, Joshua Mayo, these accounts are talking about finance related topics and make money online topics, where after the person who's watching the video has watched the video, they're likely to sign up for some service, they're likely to go and spend money and pay for, Shopify, go and pay for some investing course, or go and pay for some AI video generation tool. So not everyone will do it, but there's a higher likeliness of people taking action and potentially spending money at the back of those videos, because they are educational, finance, more mature topic videos. And those are the types of videos that will get you a higher RPM, as opposed to videos that will get you a lower RPM, where there's no specific age group. It's just a general audience. Some work, some don't. So what we're talking about here is like meme channels, comedy channels, just channels that don't have a specific group of people that they are focused on. Because remember, in order for TikTok to sell advertising space to advertisers, they need to sell specific information. They need to say this creator here or these types of videos are available, and they are targeting people that want to purchase courses on software development, or people that are interested in buying courses on how to care for their horses. These specific particular group of videos, these categories are for people that are interested in fishing. These particular videos are for people that are interested in cooking, baking, etc. If the audience that you serve don't fall into a specific niche where people are likely to take action or spend money, then you're going to be paid lower, because TikTok cannot advertise your video, or they cannot offer that as advertising space for someone else. And equally, advertisers are not going to pay TikTok any amount of money, or they're going to pay TikTok a very small amount of money in order to advertise on these videos, because they're just general videos. You essentially don't know who's going to be watching your video on the other end. I've gone into more in depth in this particular video in terms of how RPMs work within the creator rewards program. So I would definitely urge you to go and check that out if you're wanting to get into the weeds of all of that. I would also encourage you to check out another video as well, which I will link in the description, which also delves back into increasing your RPM on TikTok. So if you are already a creator, you've already got videos out, but your RPM just doesn't seem to be hitting the mark, you're getting really low RPMs, I've got a specific video on how to actually increase your RPMs as well, so you can go and check that out. Now, in terms of how TikTok makes money from the creator rewards program, again, I feel like this is really good context for you to understand where this money comes from and how it kind of filters down to the creator. And once you understand this model on TikTok, you essentially understand the YouTube model, because it's basically the same. The YouTube partner program is a lot more mature and it works a lot more smoothly, and it's been around for longer than the creator rewards program. But once you understand this, you fundamentally understand what the YouTube partner program is as well. Advertisers pay TikTok to advertise, and TikTok selects the right videos to serve as ad space for advertisers, and depending on how people react on those videos and what the engagement is like, that determines how much TikTok gets paid as well. Now, in terms of TikTok guidelines, it's really quite simple. Your account must be in good standing and in accordance with TikTok's community guidelines in terms of service. I'm not going to go into community guidelines in this particular course. I've linked them here. I've linked the terms of service here as well, which you can go ahead and click on to go and check them out. A lot of people will jump into the creativity program bases of the world, the creator rewards programs of the world, even the YouTube partner program, but not fundamentally understand how you can break rules. It's very easy to break rules where you don't understand what the rules are. And I would urge you to make sure that you do check out the community guidelines as well as the terms of service so that you can fight your corner as well. If that eager AI that TikTok uses to monitor and analyze videos before videos are uploaded, which often makes mistakes, you can easily go back and say, well, actually, I haven't broken any community guidelines or terms of service because I've not done, what you're saying not to do here. So I would urge you to strongly check those out. I have also got a video where I go into a lot more detail into TikTok community guidelines and terms of service, where I essentially read them and summarized them so you don't have to. So I would strongly urge you to go and check that video out as well, which will be linked as a resource in this slide deck as well. That nicely leads us on to module 2, which is research. We're going to circle back into case studies just a little bit later in the video, and by now we've covered the basics in terms of what TikTok is trying to achieve with this creator rewards program, what it is exactly, how it works, how you can benefit from it as a content creator, and why people are going crazy about it essentially. But now that you understand what it is and kind of where you more or less stand as far as that's concerned, let's talk about researching. Let's talk about understanding how you can delve into it a bit more. How can you create videos for it? What videos are you going to create? What niche are you going to be in, etc.? And this is how you can go about answering those questions. Brainstorming niche ideas. So what I would suggest doing there, just kind of as a starting point, and this is before you've even really gone into TikTok and used sort of its inbuilt platform, just thinking about what kind of videos that you're interested in and what kind of videos kind of align with your areas of strengths and your interest as well. So the beauty of it is we've got a free tool such as ChatGPT. There's a load of other large language models as well that you can use. I use Gemini, which is one from Google, but ChatGPT from OpenAI is easily the most popular. Get it to recommend some topics based on your areas of interest and your strengths as well. And I would note down these recommendations as you will need them a little bit later on, as you'll see in this course. Now here's an example of what I have asked ChatGPT to do. You can copy a similar prompt or you can come up with your own. In this example, say I'm someone that's wanting to start a TikTok channel talking about or teaching people how to go about creating jazz music, but virtually without having to use any actual real life instruments. So I've said, please list 25 video topic ideas for a music production TikTok channel. The focus of the channel is on jazz music. The purpose of the channel is to educate interested people on how to get started as a jazz musician, only using computer plugins. I only want to use virtual instruments that I can control on the computer. And ChatGPT says sure thing, and it's listed 25 topics. I could have asked for 30, I could have asked for 50, I could have asked for 100, but that just kind of gives you an initial starting point of what types of topics you can go about exploring and researching. Not all of them will be good. You can just filter it down to ones that sound realistic to you based on what your interests and strengths are. You can just discard and get rid of the rest. Now, what you can do is drill down further by using built-in tools on TikTok. So you've now got a list of topics that you might be able to create content in that you're interested in. Now let's take it into the actual platform TikTok. This is what you can do next. By the way, as an extra resource, I've linked 50 faceless TikTok niche ideas. I forgot that I'd done this, and I've ranked them from easy to hard as well. So if you're someone that's looking to get into the faceless side of TikTok and you're not sure what niche to get started in, there's 50 in this download PDF download that I've linked here, so you can just click on that and grab those if you are interested. Okay, so tying back to what we mentioned in a little bit, now that you've got your topics filtered down, you can go on and use the TikTok Creator Rewards Insights tool, and this is how this works. This is really, really good. So the first thing you do is you go into your search bar on your TikTok mobile and you search for Creator Search Insights. And now that icon at the top, that is what you are going to click on, and you're going to select view. And from there, this is what you will be seeing. So you're going to see search topics on TikTok, and this is within the Creator Search Insights tool. Now, straight away, you can see underneath search topics there's search topics for you and there's trending. Now, for you is based on your page and what type of content your page does. So this will be different for everyone. The page that I did this on was mainly focused on TikTok Shop, by the way, which is why you're seeing a lot of products, wireless headphones, phone stands, 3-in-1 charger, strawberry makeup, etc. Whereas if I used another one of my accounts where I'm just focused on educational content, like what I'm doing, the suggestions and search topics would have been completely different. So this is what's coming up. Now, this lets you know how popular the topic is in search. We can see there 80% search popularity for the headphones that are wireless. Phone stand is 78%, in one charger 78%, 92% for strawberry makeup. And it recommends some of them and some of them it doesn't. So it just gives you a really good starting point, because this ties and taps in directly into what people are looking for, what people are searching for. And if you remember, one of the 4 core pillars that TikTok is hoping to reward creators based on is your content being searchable, and this speaks directly to that here, because they're making it easy for you to understand what people are searching for. Now, what we can also see within the Creator Search Insights tool, so if you click on where it's got For You, so that little For You black button there, if you click on it, you'll see an option for content gap, and if you select that, this actually lets you know which of those topics have gaps in it. And what that simply means is which of those topics either don't have any videos that have been created for them to answer people's questions, or don't have enough videos created within them to answer people's questions. So that'll also give you a really good idea of the demand hasn't been met, essentially, in terms of what people are looking for. You'll notice on there it's got recommended topic twice for 2 different topics, whereas if you go back before, it was recommending 3 of those topics, but having selected content gap, it's now only recommending 2. So one of those previous topics that was recommended there has already got potentially enough or a lot of videos already. Now, what you can also do is, once you've selected one of those topics, maybe headphones wireless, which I did in this example, the view that you'll see will be the middle view, where it'll show you a bit more data around that topic. You'll have an option just a bit further down to see related videos and related searches. So I've gone on to related searches on there. I think that's the default view that it landed on, and you can see what other searches are similar to that headphone wireless search. So people also search for best headphones, Sony headphones, Marshall headphones, Apple headphones, etc. You can also go into related videos as well, and you can see what videos have been created to answer that search topic. Useful insight here, because this will give you an idea of how people that are already creating these videos are putting them together. This allows you to study them and see what works, see what doesn't work. This also allows you to determine whether that niche is realistic for you. You might look at some niches and think, yeah, it's not really something I can work with. You might look at some topics and, for example, all of them are being filmed in a beach somewhere, and, you live in a place where it rains a lot, and you might think, well, actually, that's not realistic for me. I need to do something else. So it's really helpful when it comes to researching what topics work for you and what topics don't. And you can also get a breakdown of what categories are trending. So this is when you select the trending button. So if you look on the far left where it's got For You content gap, next to it you've got trending. So if you click on trending, this is the view that you're going to see. So you can further drill down and understand based on categories what's trending. So if you're interested in fashion, go into fashion. If you're interested in food, sports, you get the drill. So you can basically drill down even further. Ultimately, what you're looking for is a topic that's got low to medium competition, high search volume. Ideally, you want it to be evergreen as well. So low to medium competition, it just means there's not a lot of people that have created videos to answer that search demand. For example, if I was searching for how to wash my 2-day-old puppy, if I search for that and there's only like 1 or 2 videos that have answered that, then that's kind of low very low competition, it means that there's an opportunity for a lot of creators to create videos and get a lot of people seeing those videos. Whereas if I search for the same thing and there were already like hundreds of thousands of videos out there, then that's obviously high competition, and it's going to make it very hard for my video to be seen. So you want low to medium competition, you want high search volume, so something that people are searching for, and then you want the content to be evergreen. It's not always possible. Some content is just naturally seasonal, like, you know, Christmas, Easter, Chinese New Year, whatever. But ideally, if you can make it evergreen, it's something that people are searching for pretty much all year round, and it just makes it a lot more likely that your video is always going to be continuously getting views. I've got videos on my TikTok, which is my educational TikTok, that are still getting views to this day, because when I made them, I made sure that it ties directly into what people are searching for. So, you know, it naturally just comes up when people are searching for that particular topic. Even 6 months later, you might have changed niches by then, you might be doing something completely different, but it still comes up. Another really good example of evergreen content is like horror story content. You can watch horror story content in January, you can watch it in October during Halloween, you can watch it any time of the year. So you want to note down the account examples that you come across here as well, and you want to make sure that you are documenting this process as you go along. These account examples that you see in here, for example, on related videos, if you do find ones that are kind of close to what you're trying to get to with your particular videos, you want to just make sure that you keep noting everything down. You want to identify accounts that are where you want to be, note down 20 to 30 of them. You want to focus on the stuff that you can replicate and are comfortable creating as pays relatively well. So you want to ask yourself, can I replicate what's being made in this account? Is this creator filming in some, 20,000 day studio in Hollywood, and these are the types of videos that work for this niche? If so, that's not something I'm able to replicate. Whereas if it's a simple video, someone that's just talking to their phone using a relatively cheap microphone in their bedroom, then and that video works and people are watching it and it's getting a lot of views and engagement, then that's something you could replicate. Or are they using complicated AI tools to do this? Are they using well-edited videos that I can't replicate because I don't have a good editor or a good editing skills? Are you comfortable creating these videos? Do the videos talk about controversial topics that don't really align with you as a person, that you're not really comfortable talking about? Or is it something that you can easily start a conversation around and talk about? You also want to pay attention to whether this pays relatively well as well. I'm assuming if you're watching this course, you are interested in getting paid via the Creator Rewards program. So very early on, as you're deciding what niche to go into, you want to take this into account and make sure that it's a niche that pays relatively well. And in a bit, we're going to circle back into ways for how you can determine how much or how well or how little a niche pays. And of course, you want to narrow even further down, because now where you are, you've got topics and accounts listed. You want to narrow down like the top 3 or 5 accounts out of everything that you've noted down. These are your accounts that you're going to model, essentially accounts that you are going to study and see what you can do that's similar to those accounts, see what's working, what's not working, and kind of position yourself in a way that fits into those viewers' needs based on these accounts. Focus on the stuff you can replicate, as mentioned before. Study. You want to think about how often do they post for it, how long are their videos, do they show their faces, do they use trending music, do they use AI, what are their viewers saying in the comments, and what could they improve or do better, etc. So this is you doing your research and basically breaking down where potentially some gaps are by looking at these accounts that you are studying. So just a few of the types of questions that you can ask yourself. Now, tying back to what we mentioned here about paying relatively well, you want to keep the RPM in mind as you're trying to determine what niche to go into. The RPM, again, that is just the revenue per miller, how much you get paid per 1,000 views, and this is if your goals are to make decent money. Basically want to try and aim for a high RPM. If you're not money motivated and you don't care how much you get paid, then it's a different story. But if you are wanting to make as much money as you can, then you want to try and aim for niches that pay relatively well. Now, I give examples of high RPM TikTok niches in this video that I've put in here, so I would strongly recommend you to go and check that video out. Some videos pay a lot, some videos don't, but to find out the difference and how you can work out which ones pay higher, this is the video that you might want to check out. There's another one here that shows you how to increase your RPM. So on this one, I talk about if you are already uploading videos on TikTok, but your RPM seems to just be hitting the floor. I think I mentioned this video a little bit earlier. This one shows you how to go about raising your RPM, so increasing your RPM. What topics can you talk about? How can you kind of transition from low and mediocre RPM to a recently high RPM where TikTok is concerned? Again, that is linked here. You can go ahead and check that out. Now, we keep talking about RPMs and earnings here, but how can you realistically estimate earnings as you are researching these accounts? Because it's not written on the sleeve, right? It's not something you can see just by clicking on an account, like how much money they earn. How do you determine how much money they are earning roughly? How can you kind of work that out? So I've got a spreadsheet here that I have created, which I will link as well into this slide. If not, I will link it in the video description on YouTube. That will make it infinitely easy for you to work out how much accounts are making. And the way this rewards revenue, TikTok creator rewards revenue calculator works, it starts with a view count, and then out of that total view count, we determine what's most likely going to be their paid or qualified views. And then we divide those views by 1,000 because you get paid per 1,000 views. And then we estimate what the total payout would have been based on these factors that I have mentioned here. You can also include the video link, the video niche as well, and you essentially just list down, how many videos you have researched there. And just like that, you've got a tool that you can use whenever you come across an account and you're curious about how much money they could be making. This is a tool that you can use going forward. And all you do, by the way, you just make a copy of the Google Sheets. You just file, make copy, and once you've got the copy, that is the copy that you can edit, and that'll be a copy that you can keep. Don't use the master document. Just make sure you click on file, make copy, and then make changes from there. Now, I've got some additional resources that I've included here as well. I've got a video here where I talk about making 11,000 per month with Reddit story videos on TikTok that you can check out, which is just a really good sort of step-by-step tutorial on how to go about creating Reddit story style videos as they are being made on TikTok and making that amount of money. Got another resource here as well on making £10K per month on Faceless TikTok as well. Really good one for if you are one of those people that's not wanting to show their face on TikTok, because believe it or not, creators can find success regardless of whether they show their face or not on TikTok. And this is a video that goes into a lot more depth in terms of how you can go about doing that, case studies of people doing that, and some other useful information and advice as well. Now we get to the fun part of the video. Case studies, case studies, case studies. We love case studies. Now, I will shout out to myself here. If you check out my YouTube channel, as you can see, I've got a ton of content on there. And again, a lot of this content, because my sort of background in social media, a lot of it is based on TikTok. A lot of this content is tied to TikTok as well. Now, I've got a bunch of playlists that you can check out here. There's Make 10K per month on viral faceless TikTok. That's got 25 videos. I've got one on creativity program beta account overviews. That's got 8 videos. And remember, the creativity program beta is essentially the creator rewards program now. So that's the same thing. So wherever you see creativity program beta, it's essentially the creator rewards program. There's one specifically for AI content tutorials. There's one for making 10K a month as a TikTok shop affiliate. That's got 46 videos. And there's another one there at the end, which has got a ton of videos on the creativity program beta. In fact, you can't see the number on the bottom right there, but that's a playlist that's got the most videos. I think it's got about 80, if not 90 videos dedicated towards the creator rewards program. So I just wanted to shout out that if you are wanting to see a lot more in-depth case studies and deep dives and Q&As on all these topics that we're talking about when it comes to the creativity program beta or the creator rewards program, you can jump on there and hit the subscribe button. I upload content regularly, and you can go ahead and check out those playlists. A lot of the questions that you will have will be answered within those videos. Otherwise, as I say, if you can jump into my Creator Bug Buzz newsletter, I can always keep you up to date on any new information as well, and how you can gain access to me directly and have a chat with me. So we're going to jump into the first account here. So the purpose of these case studies is just, again, to give you a look into some accounts that are currently within the Creator Rewards program, how we can determine this exactly. And this ties back into the research that I mentioned. So hopefully this is going to help your research be way easier. So the first one is Horror Stories account. So this is called Urban America. If we look at the metrics, obviously 0.1 million followers, 23.4 million likes. Really, really good. Horror stories. I love horror. It looks like they're using some kind of AI tool there, like DID Studio or something along those lines, that takes generated AI image and gets it to talk and maybe narrate or tell this horror story or whatever is happening here. Really creepy, really nice, really love it. So I'm going to click into that top video there. So I'm not going to play the video, you probably wouldn't hear it anyway, but straight away you'll notice on the bottom right hand corner there, it's got 1 minute. So you can see they've made this video exactly 1 minute, and the reason why they would have done that is so they can qualify for the creator rewards program. That is not a mistake, that is done deliberately. Mainly just using different AI art images, getting them to talk. Really well generated, by the way. Really loving this style of video. But this gives you an idea of the types of videos that you can create. If maybe we can click into another video there. So pause that. Again, it's exactly 1 minute long. So this is a type of creator that is targeting the creator rewards program there, because it's just a minute long, so they qualify. That's kind of a really good indicator. Now, this particular video itself, it's got 22 million views, so you can imagine how much money they would have earned just from that one video alone. It's a recent video as well. It was uploaded on the 21st of February 2024. Really good example of the types of content that you can create. Really good example of evergreen content, because this is not seasonal. This is why I love horror content, because 5 years from now there could be people that are still watching these particular videos, and if you've done some really good search engine optimization, put in some really good keywords and made sure that the title is something that people are searching for, most likely it's something that will be rewarded quite handsomely on the creator rewards program as well. So if we jump into another case study here, I think this one is for someone that shows their face. Again, a completely different style compared to this one here. This is Faceless. They don't show their face, they just use AI images. They probably use an AI voice as well to narrate the video, whereas here it's another horror-ish related account, but she shows her face. So if we go into this one here, if you look at the time, it's over a minute long. That is not by accident. That's because she is targeting the creator rewards program as well. A really good video to study, deconstruct, and see what you can learn from it. And we have got another one here, 2 minutes 17 seconds, very similar. You'll know that she's targeting the creator rewards program as well in terms of revenue, because it's over a minute long. There's a lot of consistency. All of her thumbnails are pretty much the same. There's just a lot you can learn from an account like this in terms of deconstruction. No, I'm not saying that you're going to get 1.6 million followers in a month or anything like that. Once you study and deconstruct it, it just puts you in a much better position in terms of learning and picking up what's working for them. So if you do get that one viral video, if you do get that algorithm push that you're looking for, then you will be repeating content that you know already works, because it's not a mistake that they're getting these views. These views show that people are liking the content that they are doing. And the good thing about TikTok as well is, just because you've got 1.6 million followers, this is not just from their followers. This is TikTok pushing their content to new people. Your followers are not your own on TikTok. So just because she's got that many, this is not just those followers watching these videos. A lot of it will be new people as well. The theme is pretty much the same on every video, and yeah, just a lot that you can delve into and check out as well. Again, I've linked this case study into the slide deck here as well. Another AI horror stories one. So this one is more sort of the Minecraft style horror story. I have done a how-to video on how to get this done. I think this one here, which you can go ahead and get this and check out as well. But yeah, another really good niche. You essentially tell stories, or you use an AI voice that tells stories. But as you do that, to keep the viewer engaged, you've got constantly moving, constantly evolving Minecraft style footage in the background. You can download Minecraft style footage, by the way, completely free. It's something that I talk about in that video. You don't have to be a Minecraft player yourself. You just need to be able to access that. Then you just add text, you just add the AI voice. You can easily create this post or Twitter post style title as well onto it. You can do that on Canva. But more importantly, look at the time. That's 8 minutes 53 seconds. So with this particular creator, not only have they got an opportunity to earn money on the Creator Rewards program with this type of video, but because it's nearly a minute long, nearly 10 minutes long, they could easily take that same video and put it on YouTube as well, because YouTube does like videos that are around 10 minutes long because they can put in a number of ad breaks on those. So if they qualify for the YouTube Partner Program, they could be getting paid on that as well. A really good example of someone uploading a video or creating a video once and uploading it on different platforms and getting paid on different platforms as well. Bunch of other videos here. Just going to pick a random one. 2 minutes long, definitely 100% aimed towards the Creator Rewards program. And the theme is very simple to detect here. It's just like Reddit style horror stories told with a Minecraft video background. Titles are being used are like social media post style titles, and it's most likely an AI generated voice again. Without sort of repeating myself too much, this is where you want to be if you want more in-depth breakdowns of how these videos are made at every stage, what tools were used, how much money they're making, how to recreate a similar style video. All of that is in here, so I would definitely go and subscribe to my account and check out these freely available playlists here. So another horror story one. Can you tell that I love horror content? So Ghosts Toast Spooks. His face is in every video, so you can choose to show your face, you can choose to not show your face. It's entirely up to you. Whatever you choose, if you've researched and seen that people are responding well to that style of video within that niche, even if you don't show your face, then go ahead and don't show your face, or show your face, whatever works. Good thing about horror is it works whether you show your face or whether you don't. So let's look at how long the videos are. Oh, would you look at that? 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. Let's another one there. Really good amount of views on this one. 1 minute 57 seconds long. So that'll be definitely Creator Rewards program targeted. And again, just tying back to what I mentioned about uploading your videos on multiple platforms. You're not going to get paid a lot on YouTube for a video that is 1 minute 57 seconds long, but there's no reason why you can't build a community on YouTube as well. There's no reason why you can't build a subscriber base with that one video. You essentially create that one video and you upload it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, and you're building all of these people and kind of funneling them back into whatever source platform you want, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you want your sort of hub content to live, your main area where you want your people to be. So the opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity there. Good example for you to study, deconstruct, and see if that's something that you want to do. And again, you might not be interested in horror. For any niche that you are researching, this is kind of the process, the similar process that you follow. And these are kind of the little breadcrumbs that you're looking for to determine that those particular creators are earning what you want to earn and kind of replicate their process as well. Another interesting one here is a quiz style account. They've got 1.1 million followers. The thing is with quiz style videos is they encourage engagement. They ask the people who's watching the video to answer, to comment, to like, and to select different options. You are compelled to engage when you're watching this video because it's a quiz. The only reason why you do a quiz is so you can try and answer the question. So straight away, without you asking them to engage, it's already, built into us and hardwired into us to engage because it's a quiz style video. By default, you're going to want to try and answer the questions that come out. They've got a call to action there and they're going to answer, ask the questions, and they're going to give you time to answer the questions. First thing again, we're going to notice is how long the video is. But secondly, they do a countdown to allow people time to think before they answer, and then they move on to the next question. Now the countdown is very clever because what does it do? It ensures that everyone that watches the video watches it for at least that 5 seconds. That is the minimum requirement for the Creator Rewards program. 2, 1, and then it's going to answer the question, and then it's going to move on to question number 3. It's going to ask the question, then it's going to count down, give you time to think about it. You can see why this is growing. There's a constant call to action there asking you to follow, but in terms of watch time, it's very clever because the time that they're allowing you to think of the answer to the question is actually you're still watching the video when that counts down. So that's a watch time for them, whether you're still watching, whether you're pausing it, whether you allowed yourself longer while you're searching on your computer for the answer or you're reading the comments. That's more watch time for the creator. And watch time is essentially gold on social media because the higher the watch time, the more ad breaks TikTok can put in there, the more money they can make and the more money that you can potentially make. So the quiz niche is definitely one that I'd encourage you to go ahead and check out as well. And the final one is this is kind of funny, and I have done videos that have broken down this niche on YouTube as well. So this is kind of the scary sea or scary ocean type of niche, where creators have essentially the creators essentially gone around the internet and taken different clips of different events that are happening either within an ocean or with ocean related stuff. Like this is an oil rig, for example. I don't think that's in an ocean. It doesn't look like it, but that seems to be crashing, or it might be like being torn apart. Just different clips of different scary or frightening or shocking events that are taking place either within the ocean or some kind of ocean related, boat or engineering or whatever it is. So you essentially got 6 or 7 different clips. You stitch them together. You don't even talk. You just put a song in the background and just make sure that it's reaching a minute long. And when it does, that's it. That's your video done. So pound for pound, one of the easiest sort of niches to get into, and also it's easy to get competition as well, because if it's easy for you, it's going to be easy for someone else as well, right? So if you just want to get used to the process of creating the videos and just putting the whole thing together, really good example to study. Random video that I've selected there, you can see it's 1 minute and 2 seconds long. So that tells you that it, they are targeting the creator rewards program as well. What to do next from here? Again, I would strongly encourage you just to stay up to date with any news, any new videos that I post. I post quite regularly here on YouTube, and I would strongly encourage you to consider signing up to my newsletter as well, which is Creator Bug Buzz, where I will be keeping you up to date on the latest news for TikTok content creators when it comes to monetization, when it comes to TikTok Shop, when it comes to the Creator Rewards program, and any new exciting topics when it comes to the latest AI tools that can 10x and make the process of you creating videos on TikTok, even on YouTube as well, even on Reels, as easy as possible. That is what I'm all about, and that is the content that you can expect to see from me going forward. For now, thank you very much for your time, and I will see you on the next one.